right now. So we are turning things up a notch, and no better way to do it than what should we do? Should we do a performance? Murphy,
What kind of performance were we hoping for?
well, we've got the best dance team in the NBA, and I think they're ready to throw down. So without further ado, everybody give it up one more time for your Northside Crew.
Let's do it.
All right. DJ, drop that beat. All right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Northside Crew. Northside Crew.
Period.
Woo-hoo.
Give it up one more time for your Northside Crew.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Raising the temperature on an already hot Friday afternoon. Well done.
All right. Thank you, Northside Crew. We're just going to ask you guys to clear the board over here. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. It is time to introduce the special guest we have with us this afternoon. He's not only is he a former NBA player, a former NBA stand-up, he's an NCAA champion, he's an NBA champion, but most of all, he calls Toronto home. Would you please give it up for the big cat, Mr. Jamal Ramon? Take those feelings. Absolutely. Jamal, how you doing today, bro?
I feel great. How you doing, Irving?
You know what? Any better than being paid to be somewhere, man. This is something
I
else.
know that this is the voice of the Raptors. He is the man that introduces our starting five and announces all of our replays every single game from the inception
Since
of the Raptors.
1995.
Let's give him a round of applause. The voice of the Raptors.
I appreciate that, Jamal. You know, I'm going to throw in a personal note here. Personal note, because I've had the opportunity to announce a lot of different moments of Raptors history. I've been with the team for 31 seasons. But as I was talking to my good friend Mariah a little while ago, I said, this is one of my all-time highlights. Was in the fall of 2019 when the team was receiving the championship rings. And I had the opportunity to introduce you onto the court to receive your championship ring. The amount of joy that was in your face, the amount of love in that arena, and the fact that I have known you for almost that entire time was truly a 31-year highlight for me, introducing you to receive the championship ring. When you think back to that time,
I think about being from the city of Toronto, growing up here as a young individual in Toronto, some of the shortcomings, some of the pitfalls that I went through, and to be able to have an opportunity to win a world championship with the home team, which is the Toronto Raptors, the city where I was born and raised, just let me know that there's so many opportunities
success is about preparation meets opportunity.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love that. So now here we are today, Jamal, at Dixon Park. Surrounded by community, beautiful weather on the men's player basketball court, which was dedicated 2 years ago. Talk to me about being someone from Toronto, being involved in this, being involved in community. Why is this so important to you?
This is important for me because somebody gave me an opportunity. You know, growing up in the east side of town, broken, trying to figure out my way, trying to make my way through the NBA. Somebody took a chance on me, and they believed in me. Sometimes I didn't believe in myself. And I knew I wanted to play basketball. I knew I wanted to go to the NBA, coming from the city of Toronto, but I didn't know how. And it was the one or two mentors that I had that helped me get there. And I think when I look at these young men and girls here, you guys have a lot more opportunity than we had back 40 years ago. And we talk about preparation. Preparation is very important. You know, you bring me out to these communities to make sure that we can find somebody that we can hire in the Toronto Raptors or the Maple Leafs or the Toronto FC. We're looking for the next best talent. And we understand sometimes there's a lot of diamonds in the rough. And we are here to figure it out and find you guys. So make sure, please, give yourself a chance. Make sure you do the right things. Make sure you honor your mom, your dad, your caretakers more than they need. And apply yourself, and you do not know when you'll be coming knocking on your door asking you if you have to work with us or work in our organization.
Honestly, the organization of Maple Sports and Entertainment, the sky is truly the limit. So many opportunities, it's unreal. Now we're also here because of the National Day Against Gun Violence tomorrow. Something that I know you and I spoke about numerous times over the years. When we see, unfortunately, some of the tragedies that befall within the borders of our city. Why is that so important to you?
It's a little different for me. It's personal for me. Back in 2001, I lost my younger brother. He was shot and killed at a footbridge in Rosedale and St. James Town in downtown Toronto. Still unsolved to this day. You know, losing somebody that had a world of opportunity doesn't make you go back and think about other ways that we could solve conflict other than violence. And me losing a 19-year-old brother at that time, I was 23 years old. I just feel like we could have a next young star. Yeah, I had aspirations to play the NBA. He was a lot better than I was at that age in the NBA. And I would have loved to play with him. I would have loved to play against him. And the fact that he didn't have that chance and he lost his life for nonsense just makes me want to be an advocate and giving back and let you guys know that we need to figure this out and find ways to solve conflict other than violence. And it takes a whole community to get back. And you do not want to be the one that the police are knocking on your door talking. You lost somebody very close to what you. We want to prevent that and we want to avoid that. And I just feel like the reason why I'm here is a lot more personal than anything else. I want to prevent this from happening to one of us, our sister, our brother, our mother, our father, our nieces and nephews. I just think we can do better, and we all need to be accountable for that.
One of the greatest tragedies of our time is unrealized potential. The potential that's seen today before its time. So it breaks my heart. I'm sure everyone else can do to have that in your community. And one of the things that we can do to fulfill is try to bring up our community. We live in Toronto, it's a complex city, it's a big city, but it's also a city with diversity. Maybe there was some of the decisions they're making in life, please? We got a basket. We got a basket. Which team is that? Is that silver or orange? Silver. One. We're record breaking here. Oh! As Jack Armstrong would say, get that garbage out of here! Yeah. Alabama winning basket at the buzzer for the black team. 8-7 final. If this is indicative of what we're up for the rest of the afternoon, oh my goodness, we've got some ball. I believe the members of our Northside crew have some swag for our community members here.
Oh yeah, not only are we going to see a performance a little bit later, but who here likes free stuff?
I like free stuff.
I don't believe you guys. I said who here likes free stuff? Alright, well we got the Northside crew. They've got some Raptors swag, but they're only giving it to fans who get excited. So if you want some Raptors swag, I want to hear you make some noise. I said make some noise.
It's a hot, muggy afternoon. We can be forgiven. Come on, let's meet. Score is 4-2. Out of bounds. I think we should direct some extra fences over the sides here. There we go. Thank you, guys.